So the Zenless Zone Zero patch 2.7 livestream just ended, and in it they went over all of the cool new things that we can expect when the update arrives later in this month. Now, whether you missed it or you don't have time to rewatch it, I'll give you a quick rundown on everything covered on the stream. First things first though, the redemption code is MISSHISS, alluding of course to Cicia. Make sure you redeem this quickly as it only lasts a day, but there is also a Twitter event where you could win 10 master tapes. All you have to do is follow the Twitter account and quote the tweet along with the corresponding hashtag. As always, this event is only for a limited time, so be sure to act fast if you do want to participate. The link to the tweet will be in the description below as always. But otherwise though, as for the stream itself, it started off with a small little interview section with the Angels of Delusion, mostly just as some fluff to tease Nangong Yu's upcoming EP, but they also showed off her new outfit, Rhapsody's Muse, which will be available for purchase in patch 2.7 when Nangong Yu releases. This little segment also served as the second special little Angels of Delusion livestream that was teased in-game. Otherwise, after that little Angels of Delusion yap session, it was time to show off the trailer for patch 2.7. The next patch is going to focus on the Hollow Champion competition, but there were some key things to take note of in the trailer. Firstly, Billy shows up, as in he gets an establishing shot alongside the siblings as well as Cicia. So maybe S-rank Billy confirmed in the near future? There was also a few new faces that we could see, for example a small girl with long blonde hair, as well as a pink-haired girl dressed in all black. Take note of her, by the way. This won't be the only mention of her. There was also another girl supposedly named Velina, who is somehow tied to that other short blonde girl. And the last shot finally shows Belle's eyes acting up yet again. This time around though, flickering with what appears to be similar to the Void Hunter symbol. After that, take note again at the splash art for the new patch. Of course, Cicia and Nangong Yu are shown off, but off in the distance, the only other character appearing looks to be that same pink-haired girl, but this time around in a cloak. Now, when you think of short pink-haired girl, if you've been paying attention to the lore from the start of the game, you might think that she looks very similar to one of the old Void Hunters, the leader of the Falkenhayn mercenary group, but obviously with some slight differences. So could this possibly be one of her descendants, similar to how Miyabi is the descendant of the original Swordmaster Void Hunter? And on the topic of Void Hunters, after the splash art appeared at the end of the trailer, there was one more scene mentioning Phaethon and Icarus. Phaethon obviously meaning the two siblings, but Icarus is also a similar Greek tale of a being related to the sun. There is also a line mentioning to tell them that I have already seized the sun. So a lot of sun-related terminology in that one little scene. And would you look at that? One of the original Void Hunters was called SUNBRINGER. Gets you thinking, doesn't it? Otherwise though, they also gave some details about the new big boss of the patch called Black Wolf Romiel. Specifically, his mechanics. During the fight, he will enter a state where he gains crit damage resistance. And the way you can knock him out of this state is by applying anomaly effects onto him as well as a bloom. As if the shilling wasn't obvious enough for you to try and make anomaly teams, especially with, hey, look at this, Nangong Yu, as well as the rest of the Angels of Delusion, are all anomaly focused. Crazy coincidence, isn't that? But speaking of Nangong Yu though, let's go over some of the new kits for the two agents. First up with, as I mentioned, Nangong Yu, the S-rank Ether Stun Agent. Nangong has a special meter called Downbeats, which she automatically recovers over time by herself or whenever an anomaly is triggered. Using Downbeats, she can launch up to 3 special charged attacks, doing more days, applying more anomaly buildup, and also extending the stun duration of enemies hit. Her EX skill will also generate Downbeats, and it can also chain seamlessly into her charged attacks for continued assaults. Nangong's ultimate will activate Ether Veil for the squad, increasing everyone's attack. And while she's a member of the squad, she will increase all members' anomaly buildup against stunned enemies, and when triggering a chain attack, their anomaly buildup rate will be increased even further. If a stunned enemy is hit by either an Abloom or an anomaly, they will get a stack of Vibrato as well. At a certain number of stacks, the Vibrato will be consumed to trigger another Abloom for more damage. Furthermore, while an enemy is stunned, Nangong gets the Dance Prowess buff, letting her EX special and charge attacks trigger Polarity Disorder. This is like another trigger of an anomaly or an Abloom, similar to Alice. So even as a stunner, she can also contribute a lot of her own anomaly damage to the team. Next up is Cicia, the S-rank electric attacker. Honestly, in comparison to what we just saw from Nangong Yu, Cicia's kit is a lot less complex and easier to digest. On entering the field, she gets 3 points of Venom, which are automatically consumed over time, dealing damage to enemies and also increasing her own crit rate. Using her EX special will regain points of Venom, and holding down the EX attack will use more energy but get more points of Venom. Her ultimate will also replenish some venom stacks while entering Ether Veil. At maximum venom points though, instead of waiting for them to be consumed naturally over time, you can use Serpent's Kiss, which is a special held basic attack, to proactively use her venom points to deal more damage, with piercing attacks from the sky. As for the banners of 2.7, of course in the first half will be Nangong Yu with Yidhari running alongside her, and in the second half of the patch will be Cicia and Seed will be running alongside her. Don't forget by the way that if you get all of the Angels of Delusion, you will get a special wallpaper featuring all 3 of the angels. This special wallpaper will not be time limited, so if you don't manage to get all 3 angels now, whenever you do happen to complete the trio in future reruns, you will still be able to get the special wallpaper. During the patch, as always, there will also be some login events, one for Boopons and one for encrypted master tapes. But moving on to the other major events in patch 2.7, first up is the Chronicle of Simmering Flavors Hot Pot event, where we will meet Blaze, one of Nangong Yu's friends. During this event, we'll make our own hot pots in order to get a special free event engine, as well as of course lots of polychrome and other rewards. Next is the special Disaster Control Squad, where at Miyabi's request, we're going to be clearing out some enemies in an all-new combat mode, where you will take control of 3 teams of 2 in a relay fight. As a reward for clearing out this event, you can expect a tuning calibrator, polychrome, as well as some other rewards. There's also a ranking tier for a special title depending on how well you do in this event. Next is the Old Friends New Commissions event, where we will be receiving lots of commissions in Internet, and so we'll team up with some old friends to address these issues. But all throughout the time though, Promea will be apparently making an appearance during this event watching over us. The next event is Adventure Footage Freeze Frame, where after a bamboo went solo into the hollow, it returned damaged and it's up to us to repair the footage that it saw. This is a jigsaw puzzle event similar to the one that we've seen a few times before, where each day a new puzzle image will be available to solve for some polychrome rewards. And then in Charge Battle Against Negative Reviews, we will help stores deal with a bamboo going around review bombing all of the stores. From the looks of things, this event looks like it will be one of those simple taking photos around New Eridu each day to refute the reviews. But over at the HIA though, in Battle Trial Tidal Wave, the tower mode will be getting reset, with all new floors, new score bonuses for the newer agents, and of course, more polychrome rewards, titles, and name cards up for grabs in the new set of floors. And then in Shiyu Defense in the new patch, it will now show your ranking after clearing stage 5. So you can now compare yourself and see how you measure up against the rest of the world if you want to get competitive when it comes to Shiyu Defense. There will also be 2 new disc sets in patch 2.7, Bunny in Wonderland and Notes from the Chained. The Bunny in Wonderland is, as usual, more of a supporter set that just happens to work on defenders, with the 2-piece effect that increases HP by 10% and a 4-piece effect where, as long as it's on a defender, whenever the equipper uses an EX special, or when a squad member triggers an assist, all squad members will increase their damage by 6%, stacking up to 3 times. As for the other set, Notes from the Chained, this is almost definitely going to be the Promea Ice Anomaly set, since it provides a 10% ice damage boost, as well as a boost to anomaly proficiency when triggering a bloom, and a 16% anomaly damage as well as disorder damage boost when specifically triggering freeze. Don't worry though about having to farm up a new set of discs, because during the patch there will also be double drops for both discs as well as combat simulation stages. Also, for those of you that like physical media, it was announced that pre-orders will soon go live for a physical PS5 and Xbox Collector's Edition, which contains not only a physical game disc cover, which, take note of that by the way, it's a disc cover, not an actual disc, so I don't know what you're gonna put in there, but sure, you can pretend like you have a physical copy of the game, but it also comes with physical exclusive merch like a modular standee stage, some avatar cards, and photo card sets, and even some in-game rewards too via a redemption code. To cap things off at the end of the stream though, although it seems like the waifei peninsula shenanigans have all come to an end, things are still lurking in the shadows, especially when it comes to tops. This was shown off by playing one last trailer at the end of the stream, showcasing Lead Scepter, Tin Crown, and Copper Ring, the 3 pacts, a very high part of tops apparently. The 3 talk amongst themselves, mentioning how Hollow Zero is going to start acting up yet again, and that the Void Hunters that we know are just fools, with a line mentioning, quote, "Now that the creator is back, their messengers will fight to the death to reclaim their authority that was stolen." End quote. During this, it was followed by shots of the Qingming sword as well as Tailless acting up and resonating as Hollow Zero also started to grow in power. So who knows, maybe these weapons originated from the creator, and now whatever is happening in Hollow Zero is making the weapons want to react to their potential real master or something. These 3 top members are also all speaking with the AI Yokai, with the final shot being once again that pink-haired girl that we've seen a lot of throughout this live stream. So keep an eye on her because she is very likely going to be someone very important. Again, maybe she is somehow related to that leader of the Falkenhayn mercenary group from the original Void Hunters. The last line also mentions making use of the Phaethon siblings, or specifically the last legacy of the Helios Academy. So maybe whatever that little Void Hunter symbol in her eyes was has something to do with the TOPS members there. Otherwise, that is everything that can be expected for patch 2.7, coming in just under 2 weeks from now. Are you excited about the patch? Will you be pulling for Nangong Yu and Cicia? And what do you think is up with that pink-haired girl? Let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!